morning, everyone. It is Monday, the 26th of January. Can we talk about how quickly January is going? How are we already in the last week of January? That's insane. This week, I am working on Wednesday doing my clinic for the baby head to toe check, and then I'm on a night shift on Saturday and Sunday. Today, we are actually going to the theatre. We're going to watch MJ the musical, which is very exciting. I'm going with my whole family, and we're also going to try and go out for dinner just before, depending on if everyone can make it in time.
고은 아니었나? 민지? 민지 씨인가? 민지.
Yeah, so it's kind of interesting. He's also doing really well with his crate training.
Hi everyone, today it is Wednesday the 28th of Jan and I am on baby examinations. Came in this morning, I had 11 to do. I've currently done 7. I'm actually working with a student, so she's doing it and I'm going over the main bits. I don't even know where to start. It was such a busy, horrible shift that I wasn't even supposed to be on. I literally swapped it with one of the other midwives who in the end needed to work the Saturday night instead of the Friday day shift. And I was like, sure, I could swap. Shouldn't have. I was on the antenatal ward, and overnight they were short-staffed. They only had 2 midwives, which meant that one of the bays was empty. So we had, I think, a total of 8 empty beds. And by like 9 a.m, the triage midwife called and she was like, I need to book 6 beds. To which I had to respond, we have 2 inductions coming in. If all of your 6 beds are taken up, we will not have space for anyone else. So throughout the day, it was just like a slow kind of trickle of people coming in, being admitted. The whole day was so busy. So either you sit down and someone comes out of the bay to come ask you a question, or the phone rings, or someone's CTG is finished or not working properly. So there was very little time to actually write notes. Triage and us, we were the 2 busiest, and it was just so intense. I would not recommend, but thankfully that shift is over. And to be fair, all day this song was playing over and over and over in my head.
Don't push me, cause I am close to the edge. I'm trying not to lose my head.
Just in repeat, over and over and over. But we made it through, we've survived. It is now bedtime. Good morning, everyone. It is Sunday, the 1st of February now. We're officially in February, guys, which is absolutely insane. How has January already finished? I am actually on a night shift tonight, so I will be having my nap in a few hours and then going off on my night shift. Moving on to this week's media recap. As you saw on Monday, I went to MJ the musical with my family and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really interesting that it was centered on the Dangerous World Tour and how they were kind of getting all of that prepared with some flashbacks to earlier on in his career and his life. I also enjoyed the different stages that they had. I think the stage decor was 1, very smart, but 2, also quite creative. And I also really enjoyed that it was quite a small cast. Some musicals have quite a lot of people on stage, whereas here I think there were probably around 15 to 20 people, which I thought was the perfect amount of people. We also have a live band that was on stage as well. So on stage there was only the keys, bass slash electric guitar and drums, and then backstage we had the brass instruments as well. The musician stage was slide in and out depending on how much space they needed on the stage, and I did find that very, very smart. And they were also interacting with the actors as well, so during some of the scenes where they wouldn't actually be doing anything, or when the stage would be kind of being moved on, they would be like walking with the actors, like having a chat with them and then going to sit down. So I did find that quite fun to watch as well. And I am giving the musical a 4-star rating. Onto TV shows, I am watching Singles Inferno. So this is not the first season that I've watched. I've watched quite a few of their seasons, but haven't watched it recently. This season, I think it is pretty good. I think everyone's a bit more out there, which is more interesting. However, there is, of course, one character that I am not in love with. She's called Mina Sue. I don't know if it's the editing, or if it's because we're not seeing the whole conversations, or if it's how she actually is, or if it's just a very small part of her personality that we are seeing, but I'm not in love with her character. I'm not gonna lie. I think sometimes she is portrayed as a pick-me girl, whether that is her fault, her intention, or just bad production for her. I'm not 100% sure. That is just my feelings on her. I hope that we get to see kind of the nicer side to her as well, because that would definitely help change my views on her. I also watched the series Years and Years. It's kind of an interesting one. It's a series that talks about an MP that gets elected, and it kind of like goes through the years of her election, but also it focuses on a family and how they're affected by it. So it goes through, I think it starts in like 2019 and goes through to 2030 something, and it is scarily similar to what's happening. So they obviously talk about Trump's re-election, they talk about kind of like a COVID scenario, they talk about AI becoming a thing where you can have chips installed and you can become technology, and yeah, it's all very strange. I don't think I understood the ending, or maybe it was left on a cliffhanger for a reason. I'm not 100% sure, but it was very interesting, but also kind of creepy that that is what our world could end up like. I would definitely recommend watching it because I enjoyed watching it, even though at times I was like, maybe this is a bit too real. Book wise, I am still reading My Dark Vanessa. I am only 20% into the book. You will very quickly find that I read books, 1, very slowly, 2, I don't read very often, so it will take me forever to read a book. It's not even that big. I think it's less than 400 pages. I'm getting there. Once again, I'm not 100% sure where this book is going. Like, I understand that there's a relationship between Vanessa and her teacher. Apart from that, I don't think much else is going to happen. So I don't know if I'll actually enjoy the book, because I like thrillers that like have something going on, rather than this is literally just a relationship between a teacher and a student. So I'm not 100% sure where that's going to go, but we'll keep reading. I am not a DNF person. I will just push myself to finish the book in case it gets better at some point. Music wise, of course, we are still listening to BTS, exactly the same as last week. I'm also listening to the album Loved by Parcels. I would highly recommend. Very nice music in there. I'm also listening to my upbeat mix, actually, which I have been enjoying listening to on the way to work and also on the way back from work. I feel like sometimes after a heavy shift, you just need some music that will like get you going to kind of get the emotions out. So that is also a very good one. Once again, I hope you have enjoyed this week's media recap, and I shall see you next week. I don't think I'm going to end up filming much more of today, because after my nap, I literally have dinner and go to work. Who knows? I might actually prevail and film a little something. But in case I don't, I hope you have enjoyed this week's vlog, and I will see you next week. Bye!